want to come to church, or like all the activities that we as youth like. But then a lot of people start coming to church to see their friends and for the fun activities, and God is a lot of times lost from the picture. And people, when they grow up, they're not going to be like immersed in the church if they're not having a relationship with God. So I think we need to put more emphasis on God in the church so that's not lost in the picture.
Thank you.
I want to emphasize on the last point that was just mentioned right now. I think that if we're taught to love...
مش سامع حبيبتي, excuse me.
Oh, I'm Justina, and I want to emphasize on the last point. I think that if we're taught to love the church more, because as Christina just said, we are more focused on activities and how to improve the church so the kids can come rather than teaching us about Christ himself. So if we learn ourselves how to love God, we're going to be able to show that love through our parenting, and we're going to be able to teach our kids how to love God as much as we do.
So what I like, just something to help, I guess. It doesn't, also like Sunday school doesn't have to be a lecture. And what I mean by like activities, like we could learn about God while doing like an activity, or like give kids a poster and tell them research this and we'll compete. Like it could be like related to God, but we could make it fun. Like Jessica mentioned earlier, we don't want it boring like school. We would rather have fun doing something useful as well.
Thank you.
الخدام في الكنيسة أنا حاسة إن خدمتهم بس بتبقى هي ساندي سكول، الدرس بتاع ساندي سكول بس، ما بيبقاش في أي متابعة للولاد، يعني لو حتى الولد ما جاش من ساندي سكول ل2 3 ما بيسألوش هو جه ما جاش ليه. وتاني حاجة إن الآباء الكهنة بيعملوا مجهود كبير قوي، بس اسم الصليب العدد بيزيد كل يوم عن التاني بالميات، فما بيقدروش يتابعوا كل الناس اللي بتيجي جديد.
Okay, so my name is Irini, أنا هتكلم على الكولج جروب بتاعنا. Same for Batir. I wish إن إحنا نبقى عندنا قاعدة مع قدس أبونا يعلمنا إزاي نعرف نتعامل في حياتنا مع الآخرين اللي حوالينا، مع أصحابنا، مع الناس اللي معانا، مع أهالينا، بطريقة ترضي ربنا، بطريقة ربنا يبقى معانا فيها. مش بطريقه خناق ولا بطريقه زعل او بطريقه ان انا خلاص مش هاجي الكنيسه عشان انتوا مش عاجبيني او انتوا مش اصحابي، عشان انا لما اكبر واتجوز واخلف عيال اعرف اعلمهم ازاي يتعاملوا مع الناس ومع اصحابهم ويبقوا متواجدين في الكنيسه عشان بيحبوا ربنا مش عشان اصحابهم او عشان اي حاجه تانية. يعني نفسي ان احنا نقعد كده نتعلم ازاي تبقى حياتنا زي ما ربنا عايزها، وفي نفس الوقت في نفس السياق ان احنا نبقى في الكنيسه، في نفس الوقت ان احنا نبقى بنعمله بره بنعمله جوه في الكنيسه، مش بس عشان نروح الكنيسه عشان اصحابنا او عشان نشوف قرايبنا او اي حاجه تانية.
I think for the past 50 years, I mean, the church has been really catering only for the Coptic community. It's about time that we go through the evolution and we make it an evangelical service exactly like it is in Africa. Because instead of us asking our children to defend their faith, why not are we asking them when they go to college, they invite others, to our church? Why do we make our church to be like a foreign, a body in this country? It has to feel American. If this church has to continue, it has to feel local, it has to feel American in culture. But, of course, I mean the same Orthodox faith.
I think the first thing, it starts with me, us first, as parents. We have to be a very good example to our children. Take them to church with us at all times. Be a good family. They can see that's our example. And then when they go to church with us, the church is full. There is maharaganat, there is camping, there is Iwana, there's a lot of things that they can go through from junior high, elementary till high school. It's there, and when they grew up to be parents themselves and their roots, they get it from our church. They can be an example from me to them, to their grandchild.
That's nice. Any other comments related to the future parent?
I think, is it on? Okay, in our church, I think that a lot of people leave because they adopted like American culture and not stuff that's wrong, but it's not Egyptian, I guess. And I think a lot of times in our church, we mix culture with the Bible instead of separating what's Christian versus what's culture. So I think we need to start being more open-minded to other cultural things if it's not against the Bible, but just against our religion.
Yeah, that's nice. Somebody in the back.
My name is Bavli, and I think one of the major problems that we have at church is that kids leave because they're forced to do everything without understanding why we're doing it. So whenever they get to have to make their own decision, they want to make the decision that they understand. They want to do something that they know. So if we're just forced, I mean, I have no problem with being forced to do things because we need guidance in our life, but if we just do it without understanding, whenever we get to the point of making our own decisions, we're not going to make the same decisions we used to make when we were younger.
Let me summarize some of the points mentioned in order to continue. So you said that you need more activities, more follow-up, more time, quality time with the priests, understanding all the taqs or doctrines. Also, we need stronger families in the church. We need to have different discerning between the cultural issues and the Christian issues, so we become like good Christians, not good Egyptian. Maybe these were some of the points mentioned. Do you want to add anything? And Hadraf, go ahead, in the back.
قدسك قلت في المحاضرة إن الشباب في مصر مرتبطة بالكنيسة أكتر من هنا، لأنهم موجودين في الكنيسة على طول. إحنا مش لاقيين الحتة دي. إحنا ما عندناش خدام متفرغين لخدمة الشباب. فإحنا ممكن لو سيدنا البابا عايز حل للمشكلة دي، ممكن يضيف كهنة للشباب بس، يعني متفرغين لخدمة الشباب. لأن الكهنة هنا عليهم حمل كبير، إنهم عليهم مسؤوليات، بس مش بيفكروا فينا إحنا كشباب. يعني إحنا في الثلاث كنائس اللي أنا حواليا مفيش اجتماع للشباب اللي في سني، حتى اجتماع الشباب اللي موجود بيحضروا الناس المتزوجين. يعني مفيش اجتماع انا اروح ويعني اقابل اصحابي فيه. فدي مشكله، ان احنا عايزين حد يكون متفرغ لخدمه الشباب، حد فاهم الكالتشر بتاع الشباب هنا، حد يكون بعقليه هنا مش بعقليه الشباب في مصر.
Thank you, حبيبي. Nice.
In the beginning, Yani, I want to say that we don't only have to look at the third generation, we already have lost enough from this generation. I'm very happy for the youth here, but I wish if I had to hear some of the people who left. And in my thinking, the church have left them. Otsabuna, you talk a lot about we come to America for the money, and America is not that evil. There are people here who have lots of faith. I meet people at work and other places. The problem is there is the American way of thinking. And we are trying to bring or copy the Egyptian in America, and keep in mind that Orthodoxy and Christianity is not Egyptian. And keep in mind that in the traditions for us became more important than the faith itself. So we are not trying to make it interesting for these guys. They have short, attention span. In schools, they spend 50 minutes and they take a break. We are a church that can do 9 hours straight. There's no mercy. And you don't take any captives. And this is my way or the highway. القدس قلت النهارده that's very great. But the problem is it's not going practical. It's not happening with the people. You can see a choir of girls. They wear something white. This could be blasphemy. Some music in the church. I thought in some churches, actually Orthodox churches. I went to Russian Orthodox. I saw a mass like what قدسك عملت النهارده an hour and a half at the most. And people have joy and they do other things and stuff like that. For us, we don't see that. It's very difficult to say to Abuna, خلي حد يدي الدم علشان نخلص بسرعة. No, it doesn't work. It has to be this and this and this and that, which rules have been put. Also here, these kids learn in school, there's no sacred cow. Meaning, when I talk, I talk. When I think, I think. But here you tell him, oh, no. Abuna, there's a difference between respect and being able to think and challenge. We have to think like Americans, and our church has to attract Americans. If I have a good thing, why am keep hiding it? Is Orthodoxy only for Egyptians?
Okay. Thank you, Habib. You have somebody here? Okay.
Okay, speaking to your point about going to school for 50 minutes, I go to college for 9 hours, and I don't have a break like you say. In Egypt, when you go to college and you don't even have to buy your textbooks. Just let me finish. I'll let you finish, let me finish. When you went to school or whatever, like you finished, half the people in population of Egypt do not find jobs if they didn't finish the medical field. So then they're just gonna go to church every single day, liturgies every single day. Our priests here don't have that time to do liturgies every single day. My priest, Abu Gabriel, has 500 families. He has to divide that by the month by visiting them, or a year. So he's right about getting priests specifically for the youth. Because my priest is busy with families and the youth, but cannot dedicate that much of his time to the youth, which is the future, right? You're talking about the future, you're talking about the third generation. So we should invest our time and knowledge and all that in us more than we do with my parents. Another thing, short time span. I mean, I'm here, I'm listening. I've been here since the morning, I'm listening pretty well. Another point, when we go to church and the rule is, oh, we can't do this because it's written in the Bible, or my Sunday school servant told me that, but then I ask why, and they just tell me because so, or it's written in the Bible. I want another explanation. I want something right and wrong. I'm grown up to know what's right and wrong, but I want an explanation. If I don't get the right explanation, when I grow up, I'm gonna make an explanation for myself. So then when I teach it to my kids, it's my interpretation, not the church interpretation. So that's where the problem is. The problem is, no offense, y'all are old thinking, because in Egypt, it's a completely different world. Completely different. I mean, kids don't even have to have license to do anything. There's no sort of rules or regulations down here. Here, you can't do half the things you do over there. And the way you do one thing here, I mean, college, بتدفعوا رشوة and you graduate. Here, I have to work my butt off so I could work.
طب نسمع بعض. Go ahead يا حبيبي.
My name is Carlos, and
Please,
عايز اتكلم.
listen يا حبايبي.
Again, my name is Carlos, and I think my point is not really relating to Marx, but I think one issue that I have and a lot of youths have is most of the things we learn from church are kind of I don't want to say, it's very religious and kind of obvious and just all logical that cannot really help us in our the real world. like in church, I don't like in church, like everything that we learn is just like it does not help us in real life. Like when we talk to Abuna or the servants, they kind of give us like things that are just extremely religious that you just can't use. And like they tell us that we cannot talk to friends about it because they're not old enough to help us on this stuff. But the problem is that we talk to them because when we talk to servants or Abuna or anyone from church, we're kind of expecting what we're gonna hear, and it doesn't really help us in any way. And that's why we go to our friends. And when I come back from church trying to know like how I should treat a situation, I feel like I'm still coming back alone and I don't know what to do. And that's why you still go back and talk to your friends. So I feel like when we want to get advice from church, it should be more realistic and not just relying on religion, but how can we actually take it and communicate with people that are not using religion like us. Like I can't go to school and talk just about God or like say God is love and that's going to help the situation like we do it at church. I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say.
Let's move. Okay, I consider all the ideas perfect ideas, but let's move to another major problem. In order to make future Christian families, we need to choose the right spouse, the right partner. And there is many problems related to choosing whom to marry. So just tell me from your side view, what do you see in the future, I mean, when it comes to choosing the partner? You think there are many problems related to this time and these choices?
In other words, we would like to hear from the parents and the children. You are the youth. When you come to choose and when you come to accept your son or daughter-in-law, what's your first, say, 3 or 4 priorities, and what's your 3 or first 4 priorities? We would like you to hear each other because maybe the parents have a completely concept that's completely different than yours. So يعني بالعربي كده ايه اكتر الثلاث او 4 حاجات الاولانيه اللي تحبها على اساسها تختار the future spouse. So you start first and then we want to hear the parents and we want to see if we can closing the gap.
I'm Elizabeth. I'm from St. Philo, Dallas. I think all of this is related to where you're going with the conversation. The fact that right now I just graduated college and I'm with Irini, where am I supposed to go after the college meeting? Yani there is no meeting to guide me in the right way. So whatever I learned when I was younger is what's setting me up for the future. So right now I'm kind of like, where do I go? Who do I seek advice from? Abuna's always busy. There's stuff like that. But like priority-wise, I think that my number one thing that I find when I get married or when I'm looking for someone else is that they put God first. Because most of all these wonderful parents that are sitting here, they put God first. That's why we're all here, is because they put God first, they pushed us to get to God, and then when they put God in between their relationship, it brought them closer together.
Can you explain to me, this is a very common and excellent answer. What does that mean, to put God first? You are apparently a very mature person and you're apparently in that right age to be approached by the right person. I want a more practical understanding of what is the meaning, put God first. Can you please be more helpful?
When I say put God first, is that us as youth, when we're in high school and college, is that we're taught that God will always be there for us. And then when we get closer to God, He's going to bring us closer to Him, and He'll help us find that someone halfway. So you're not going to find the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with at school, at college. No, you're going to find them at church. I feel like most of us can relate to that when we want to find someone to be our partner for the rest of our life, we want them to be Coptic Orthodox. And maybe that's kind of, to be honest, that's kind of where some problems start, is when you're worried about third generation, you want to worry about the people who are marrying outside the faith. Because their kids are going to be confused. Am I Protestant? Am I Catholic? Am I Coptic Orthodox? What am I? So you don't know where they want to be. You don't want to give kids the confusion. You want to keep the faith in the faith.
So let me interrupt you again, because you again very mature and probably you will be able to articulate it better. I'm going to take the opposite answer. So any Coptic Orthodox is godly?
No.
So
No.
then can you help me understand the first point? You made it the first point, which I don't have a disagreement, but I would like to understand. What does it mean when you meet a person, you can look at him and say, I don't think he's putting God first. That's your word. Or he is what exactly you are looking for?
If he is close to God, he's going to want to bring me close to God. Because when you go to like the premarital conventions that after college all the people go to now, everyone has to go to the convention in Florida now. Everyone knows that. So when you guys go together, what does that mean for your relationship? What are they going to teach you there? They're going to teach you guys should pray together, you should read the Bible together, you should attend church together. If both of you are together and God is not there, you're not going to push each other to go to church, go to liturgy, keep taking communion, going to confession, all the stuff that helps us come closer to Him. So just because he or she is Orthodox, they're perfect and wonderful, but that they want to make you a better person through God should be a very standard foundation for your relationship.
Very good, thank you. Other opinions? I didn't get your name.
Rini from Sanford, Virginia. 4 words to choose your spouse.
4 words?
You were asking what words. Okay. First of all, he need to be respectful. هيحترمك ولا لا. هي تحترمك ولا لا. Second of all, he needs to be close to God, as Elizabeth said. That if I decide I'm in a problem, there's family issues, work issues. I have a problem and I go tell him and he's like, okay, let's think practically, we should do this and we should do that, but he didn't tell me to God. So second of all, that's what Elizabeth just said. So he needs to be close to God. So when I lose my faith to pray to God, he will come and tell me, no, we need to pray to God, so God will help us. So you need to be close to God. So when I fall, he will hold my hand and we'll go to God again. So he needs to be close to God. Third of all, he needs to be, let's say, more يحتوي يعني he needs to be more mature. That word mature, I don't see it to be honest, I'm sorry guys, but I don't see it in most of our guys in our church or in any other church. I don't see the mature thing in us.
So what does that mean?
Being mature, being able to, being an adult, to face any problems in future, to face how I'm gonna ازاي هربي عيالي لما اكبر. If I don't see that in him, I can't get kids and make them go to church and be Coptic Orthodox. I can't do that. If he's not mature enough, if I'm not mature enough, then we can't build a family, right?
Okay, so you said respect God and God.
Close to God.
And mature.
Being mature. Number 4.
I guess respectful.
So number 2 twice. Okay. So respect was that. All right. Any other opinions here? Before we would like to hear your parents' opinions in the same issue because they participate in that decision. Yes.
Does it need to be Egyptian way?
I don't understand your question.
Because Egyptian way means that parents thinks if the guy respects his parents and respects what they say, he would respect his wife, or he would respect the girl that he's gonna continue his life with.
Yes.
So if this is gonna be the 4th point, where he should be taking care of his parents, so he would be able to take care of the girl that he's getting.
So one of your pillars in choosing is that the person you want to choose will be taking care of her mom and dad, or he is taking care of his parents. Is that what you meant?
Yeah, respecting his elders.
Respecting. No, I think he meant more, he like as she said, mature, but in a different angle, mature with his parents. He takes the responsibility, right?
Yes.
Okay, very nice. Let's take any other opinion here before I hear parents? All right. حضرتك هنا اتفضل هنا حضرتك. The second row. Second row and then first row. طيب اوكي. زي ما تشوف اتفضل.
First of all, I have two girls. So for a girl, for me, I want her husband, first of all, fear of God, number one. Not he is Christian, not he goes to church, no. Fear of God first thing. If he fears God, he will have conscience, he will respect her, he will love her. That's the major thing, fear of God.
Guys and boys and girls, listen, this is a lot of wisdom coming here. This is good.
So fear of God is number one, and it all goes through automatically.
Can you define for us, when you want to advise your girls, say they are not interested in any man, and you tell her, Habibti, I want you to look for fear of God. She tells you, Mom, what do you mean by that?
That means he respects God and fear him in all his ways of living. For example, he will have conscience. He will deeply respect you, and he will always honest. He will be working with honesty. He will respect you and respect your family and never cheats on you because he is fearing of God. And then go to church and all that comes automatically through.
So that complements what Liz said, but I think this is a very clearer way in putting it, rather than we say putting God first. Tant here is saying fear of God, because if he fears God, he will be a very honest and sincere person. تفضلي madam.
It's my turn.
I have one of each, and
Okay,
both of mine. I have one of each, and both of mine were married. Are married. I always advise my kids by saying, when you marry the whole family. You don't marry just the person. So be careful of choosing your future wife or future husband. They have to be from our church. They have to put God first and have wisdom, have love in their heart. That's the main thing.
Don't you think it sounds very complicated what you say? I think it's not easy to marry anyone now because you are speaking very high. The person is very spiritual, he's very wise, he's very mature, he's very responsible. Do you find many good spiritual responsible guys here? Please send some to Egypt, we need them. I'm saying so because sometimes when we expect that high, when we have high expectations, we never marry. So let's be more practical, because I don't think we have this, many chances, I mean. So let's put the question differently, that I would say, what would you avoid in your partner? Okay, definitely we need some people who believes in God, who fear God, who put God first, he cares, he respects. But okay, everybody has his own weaknesses. So what you see in a guy that you say, no, this one I will never marry. I don't mean now the positives. I want to focus on the major weaknesses or negatives that you cannot take it. You will not accept it. So we will make the picture clearer. Go ahead, Hawaz.
I feel like
or don't do that so you don't end up like this guy. So I feel like I would rather have a husband who's not judgmental to tell me like, don't teach your daughter to do this, but teach her to do, just tell her what's right from wrong instead of judging others to teach her what's right and wrong.
اوكي ثانك يو. ايه الحاجة اللي يعني انا اتكلم بالعربي شوية، ساعات واحنا بنتكلم فعلا الموضوع يبقى معقد، يعني انا حاسس انه كده كده فرص الجواز مش كتير، فعشان نقول عاوزينه متدين قوي وراجل قوي او ماتيور قوي وبيحب الناس وبيعمل وناجح قوي، الحقيقة قوي دي ما بقتش سهلة. خلينا واقعيين، احنا في مصر ما فيش جواز كتير وانتوا عندكم مشكلة اكبر في رأيي. وبعدين احنا بنتكلم في future Christian families. So احنا مش هنتنازل عن being Christian يعني. قولي تفضلي. نرجع نسمع بعض شباب please.
First off, I want to say that I'm first generation, like you guys, okay? I came here when I was very young. I speak Arabic, I speak English.
علي
but I grew up
صوتك
here.
من فضلك.
Okay, I'm first generation. I grew up here, okay? You guys, you don't know, you're still Egyptian. Most of you are. You're half Egyptian, half American. The next generation, your children, are going to be American. My children are American. My daughter married an American boy, but he's an excellent boy. I was blessed. I was truly blessed. Okay, so that's the possibility that all our parents here and the kids are going to have to
I cannot
consider.
hear her. Any way that we can put it higher, please? Please.
I can make it louder. Okay, so this is a possibility that we all, as parents, and you as children, would consider that more than likely you might marry American. Okay? So if you marry an American girl or marry an American boy, don't you want him to raise your children in this church? You do. I know my daughter wants to. And I was blessed that my son-in-law wants to. He was baptized, and he agreed that he wants to raise our children in the Orthodox Church. But I want him to enjoy being part of our church. If he comes and he sits 3-4 hours of liturgy, and then, I'm sorry, but the culture is more Egyptian. He's not going to fit in. He's not going to be able to be a family in the church. That's why when they started talking about an American Orthodox church, that's the future. That's your children. Because whether you believe it or not, most of you eventually, okay, if maybe you're half Egyptian now, your children are going to be 4 Americans, your grandchildren are Americans. So we need an American Orthodox church that will accommodate the coming generations. You are already my generation, well, not my generation, but me, first generation. We fit in. I fit in. I don't have a problem. I can fit in with American and fit in with Egyptian. But my children are American. My grandchildren are definitely going to be American. I don't want them to go out. I want to keep them here. And my daughter and her husband want to keep the kids here.
Okay.
So we have to accommodate them.
Thank you.
I think sometimes our youth they're overlooked because service here, and I'm talking about our Houston church. So the lack of servants and kind of makes us want to depend on them for them to serve more than to be served, and they are overlooked. So just like they said, they don't have their own meetings, they don't have ways to meet, they don't have ways to see each other, they don't have, they're always overlooked because we are depending on them to serve. So like for example, in this convention, there is nothing for youth, they're all serving. So the girl that's in college that came with us, her daughter has to either attend here the lectures or be a servant. Since we're coming from Houston, we didn't sign her up to be a servant with everybody else. She's attending our adult lectures, learning about how to bring up kids. So they're kind of out of they're not served. They're being depended on as servants. and they have less opportunities to meet each other. Something else that sometimes in fear of having to conform to society, we forget that the most important thing is sometimes to hold on to our culture. Other cultures, like Chinese and Mexican, they are very proud of who they are. They're able to use their culture to protect themselves. They're able to understand that their language, keeping their language, you know, like I noticed something about everybody that spoke on this side, they're comfortable speaking Arabic. A lot of them were having issues actually wording themselves in English. And so sometimes we assume that they need to be American, but sometimes that's not the need. Sometimes the need is to hold on to our culture, because the more you hold on to what you are, the more confusion happens when you try to conform. And conforming to something that's not ours, you can't compete with that, because you're not going to know how. You're always going to be lacking. And so keeping your culture, in my opinion, protects them. That's why they're here. And that's why the other youth are not attending, because they have the language, they have the culture, because they are protecting our culture, protects us to keep going.
It's a good point, actually. But we started saying, like, after 50 years, let me comment, please, يا مارك. احنا قلنا انه بعد 50 سنة actually we cannot hold the culture. احنا النهاردة في مرحلة transitional يعني. لكن احنا مش عاوزين نحارب كتير قوي to keep the culture، لكن نحارب اكتر to keep our Christian faith. لكن انا معاكي اللي باعوا الكالتشر easily خسروا كتير. انا موافق قوي على الرأي ده. لكن كمان مش عاوز يبقى الحرب ان انا لازم نتكلم عربي، لانه ده هنخسر كتير باي تايم. ولازم ناكل فول في الكنيسة برضو هنخسر كتير. انا بدي اكزامبل. فانا الحقيقة عاوز اخد الموضوع يعني both ways. We need to keep our background in a way عشان نحس ان احنا unique, different، لينا our morals. لكن كمان يعني better to consider our Christian background more than we consider the Egyptian or the Coptic background. لأنه sooner or later we will not be Egyptian after 100 years. مش هنبقى كده. لكن thank you for this point كانت غايبة عننا. مين اللي مع المارك؟ بس احنا عايزين الناس ما تكونش اتكلمت قبل كده بقدر الإمكان to give chances to everybody. Sorry معلش. Go ahead يا حبيبي.
أستاذ بونا، أنا موافق جدا مع قدسك في النقطة اللي قدسك بتقولها، ودي مع الأسف أكبر مشكلة بنواجهها من ساعة أنا مثلا شخصيا ما جيت البلد هنا. الأهالي بيحاولوا يطبقوا حاجات مصر كلها علينا، مش بيحاولوا يطبقوا المسيحية علينا، هم بيفرضوا علينا الكالتشر بتاعت مصر اللي هو احنا اصلا مشينا وسبناها، سواء بقى كانت في خطوبه، سواء بقى كانت في اقل من خطوبه. يعني هي كلها من اول ما الواحد بيتولد لحد ما بيكبر هيفضل يواجه المشكله ديت في كل العائلات.
بس معلش اسمح لي، ما انا اهالي برضو. خلينا اقول حاجه، في بعض التقاليد المصريه أأمن جدا من التقاليد الأمريكاني للوصول لبيت مسيحي. بمعنى when it comes to dating, definitely families, the Egyptian families had rules not to do 1, 2, 3. But for an American family, do whatever you like, choose the girl you like and live your life the way you like. الحقيقة ده ما بيعملش بيت مستقر. باي تايم اللي يعمل بيت مستقر هو التراديشنز بتاعت مصر. فأنا مش عاوز، أنا برجع تاني للنقطة بتاعت بلاش نهاجم الكالتشر المصري كأنه كله غلط. لا، في حاجات الحقيقة، لأنه خلينا نقول الجواز في مصر مستقر عن الجواز في أمريكا 5 times at least. بغض النظر حتى عن الدين. يبقى الكالتشر هنا بيحمي الجواز. I don't think any of you dream of a broken family after few years of marriage. So انت عاوز تحافظ تبتدي عيلة وتحافظ عليها. طب كام عيلة أمريكاني مستقرة جنب كام عيلة مصري مستقرة؟ فبلاش نهد كل حاجة مصرية لمجرد ان احنا بقينا أمريكان. It will come after some time غصب عننا.
انا ما بهدش الكالتشر، انا الكلام اللي قدسك بتقوله مظبوط 100%، بس في المسيحيه ده ملهوش علاقه بالمصريه، ده حاجه وده حاجه. يعني ما بقولش ان احنا نبقى منفلتين ومنفتحين زي الامريكان، في حاجه، كل حاجه طبعا ليها حدود، والمسيحيه هي اصلا من نفسها عامله لنا حدود.
ثانك يو، معاك حق حبيبي.
بس ابونا
استنى هاني عشان في حد ما اتكلمش قبل كده. اكسكيوز مي.
مينا، كنيسة الملاك رفائيل في هيوستن. أنا حابب بس أقول نقطتين. النقطة الأولانية إن المجتمع القبطي المصري مش هينتهي بعد 50 سنة، لأن إحنا عندنا في نيو كامرز كل يوم بيجوا من مصر وهيفضلوا يجوا على طول، فالمجتمع بتاعنا هيفضل موجود، المصريين هيفضلوا بالكالتشر بتاعتهم هتفضل موجودة.
لا ويت مينت، مش اللي انت بتقوله مش ابسوليوت.
لا مش ابسوليوت، بس هيحصل، يعني هيفضل في نيو كامرز كل يوم. دي النقطة الأولانية.
افرض مصر بقى استقرت في 5 سنين.
مش عارف. دي النقطة الأولانية. النقطة الثانية، المفروض إن الأسرة المسيحية لما هنبني أسرة مسيحية صحيحة، المفروض إن الأب والأم يكون عندهم روح إفراز، إن هم ياخدوا الكويس من الكالتشر اللي موجودة في أمريكا هنا، وفي حاجات كتيرة جدا موجودة كويسة، وفي الكالتشر اللي هم جايين بيها من مصر في حاجات كويسة كتيرة جدا، المفروض ينموها ويحافظوا عليها ويكتسبوا الحاجات الكويسة اللي موجودة في المجتمع اللي موجود هنا، مش بس ينغمس في المجتمع الامريكي وينسى خالص مصر، ومش بس يجيب مصري ويجي معاه هنا، عشان لازم يكون معاه الاثنين.
ثانك يو حبيبي. هاني
في هنا اعتقد يعني في تحديين يعني جامدين هنا قوي في الكنيسه. اول تحدي انه الكنيسه هنا في امريكا ما زالت يعني تقليديه جدا، مش زي مصر. مصر متقدمه عننا بكتير. يعني بمعنى اصح ايه، احنا عايشين الكنيسه في مصر من 55 سنه، اللي هو ابونا التقليدي يعمل قداس ياخد ايه، لكن مثلا اجتماعات الشباب مش موجوده. يعني اللي احنا اتمتعنا بيه في مصر اولادنا مش هيتمتعوا بيه هنا. مفيش اجتماعات شباب. قبل ما نشوف جيل تاني وتالت، خلينا في الاول حتى نبقى اب تو سبيد مع مصر. احنا حتى في الترانيم يقول لك لا 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 الاورج، في ناس يقول لك لا لا اورج ايه ده؟ اورج ايه يا عم؟ احنا في مصر دلوقتي تقدمنا الى مراحل اعلى بكتير. يعني مصر متقدمه عننا، دي نمره واحد. فقبل ما نشوف بس جيل تاني وتالت، تعال نشوف بس مصر عملوا ايه ونعمل زيهم الاول. اول حاجه. الحاجه الثانيه، زي ما احنا بنقول المستقبل طبعا لازم الاولاد at some point هيتجوزوا امريكا. سؤال، هل لما يجي لبنتي عريس وهيتعمد وهيعمل كل حاجه هيخش كنيسه، طب هو جاي الموتيف ايه؟ عشان ياخد بنتي. طب ليه انا ما اعملش خدمه تبشيريه واجيب شباب امريكاني وهو مش عايز يتجوز دلوقتي، بس بجيبه يبقى افيلبل زي ما البروتستانت بيطلعوا في الجامعات يجيبوا ناس. ليه احنا مش اكتف؟ بدل ما نقول له دافع عن ايمانك، لا روح بشر وهات ناس امريكان مش عشان يتجوزوا، وبعد كده يبقى شبابنا عندهم فرايتيز ونختلط في المجتمع.
لحد ورا يا مفادي لو سمحت.
Hi, my name is Catherine, and just a comment about whatever you said that all Americans say, okay, you do whatever you want to do. Sometimes it's the exact opposite with Egyptians, like they just say no on some specific person, even if they really don't know them. And when you ask why, they just said, because we're your parents, we have that kind of point of view that nobody ever does. And because we're like older, so we understand better, and they really never give you any reason why, except they're just your parents, so they understand more. And most of the times, even if they really don't know that person,
حبيبتي، معاك حق برضه. اتفضلي.
I'm gonna talk about 3 points really quickly. The first one, رد على الشاب اللي اتكلم عن بابا وماما اللي دايما بيفرضوا عليه حاجات. كلكم لازم تعرفوا انه بابا وماما بيحبوكوا قوي، ولازم تفهموا حاجة تانية، انه كلنا اتربينا كده.
باي ذا واي، لازم اساسا كلمه غلط. سوري، انا بس بقول لك الشباب النهارده كلمه لازم لوحدها.
Yes. I'm sorry ان انا I use this word.
لا انا بس عشان
بس احنا اتربينا كده، وانتوا لو كنتوا عايشين في مصر ما كنتش هيبقى عندكم اي مشكلة في الطريقة دي. It takes a lot of time for your parents to know about the culture. في ناس كتيرة منهم مش بتقدر تفهم الكالتشر هنا، وبتاخد وقت طويل على بال ما تتعود على أسلوب التربية. I'm saying this عشان أنا برضو a parent و it took me long time إن أنا أعرف طريقة التربية هنا. هم بيحبوكوا قوي وعملوا حاجات كتير عشان يجوا هنا، وضحوا بحاجات كتيرة قوي في مصر وسابوها عشان انتوا يكون عندكم better education. أنا ما بقولش أبدا إن ده مبرر إن انتوا يتفرض عليكم حاجة خالص، بس give your parents the time to adjust. انتوا كلكم بتتربوا هنا على الحرية وإن انتوا to make your own choices. إحنا ما كانش عندنا ده. It takes time. اتكلموا مع خدامكم، مع أب اعترافكم. They will help. دي أول نقطة. تاني نقطة، ودي حاسة إن أنا I'm part of the servants، this is my إن أنا I'm guilty doing this. النقطة اللي قدسك قلتها about لازم، كلنا تربينا بطريقة لازم نروح الكنيسة ونحضر القداس. أنا شخصياً شايفة إن المشكلة إن إحنا ما تعلمناش نحب ربنا صح، لأنه أنا لو بحب ربنا من قلبي مش هحتاج حد يقول لي روحي القداس وتناولي. وI think إن دي مشكلة. أنا وأنا قاعدة بسمع عن كله بيقول Egyptian American for some reason أنا حسيت إن Egyptian دلوقتي بقت شتيمة، لأنه في حاجات كتيرة كويسة in the Egyptian culture. You guys are old enough to make the choice. Choose the good thing from the Egyptian culture, choose the good thing from the American culture. It's not all Egyptian or all Egyptian is not shatima.
Thank you.
This is something good.
ما أنا عاوزة تقول اتفضلي حبيبتي. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Julie from Houston, and I was just gonna say like how like this. I was saying like how when parents say like when we were your age, this wasn't like how things were done, but this was like 20, 30 years ago. Like this is like the lesson today from the college session. They said like a lot can change in 20 years. Like a lot has changed, so we can't still grow up on like the same, how do you say it, like standards and like stuff like our parents went through. Like when we're like, I'm not saying anything bad about it, like it was just saying like a different, okay, for example, like when they say, oh, the girls aren't allowed to go out because it's just like not our culture and stuff, but this was like a long time ago. It's not the same, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah? Okay, and so and what else, like when they say like why are parents like doubting themselves, like if they're saying they're not sure if our kids are going to go to our church and they're going to continue to be like the Orthodox faith and stuff like that, what are they doing to make like to doubt themselves? Like do they think they have to change if they're doubting themselves so much, saying that our kids are not going to go and grow up at church and stuff? Or do they have to change something to make us want our kids to go to our church and stuff? Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Thank you. Mona.
بعد إذنك يا بونا, I want to talk about a very important thing about our second generation and the way they think about marriage. from what I hear today and from my previous experiences, they are confused. They don't know which way to go. The American boys and girls are pretty, attractive, free, they can do anything, they can go anywhere, they can spend the night with you, but they are not the people to get married to. America is a big, good picture. They mix everything with everything. They put خوخ and برقوق and يطلعوا نكترين كبير وحلو قد كده بس ماسخ وملوش طعم كبير وشكله حلو. This is when you marry different cultures. Keep the pure breaded. We have the best people in the earth with the best mentalities. Why do you go get married to somebody who doesn't know his parents or where they came from? And they were divorced, and everyone is married to somebody else. And their grandparents are married to other grandparents. They don't respect marriage. They don't keep one wife for the rest of their lives. Why do you want to take your chances with somebody who would not live with you for the rest of your life and raise your kids with you? Why would you choose to be a mother for 2 kids and a single mother in 3 years? Keep the good people. Now let me tell you, I have a website for Coptic Orthodox to get married. Boys, they go look for pictures. I can see what the boys are going to look at. They look for pictures. They don't see blue eyes and blonde hair. They leave the website and won't come back. Girls would be begging, hi, I'm Susie, and they don't answer. Why? Because they want the blue eyes and the blonde hair, but they want her a virgin and cute and kind and from a good family. This mix is not there. Try to concentrate in getting good people, godly people, to be with you for the rest of your life.
I think the idea here, is it's more focused.
Can we please listen to each other? It's regardless if you agree or disagree, it must be respected. Must be respected. So please, it's not even civilized or American as you choose to say it, that you guys are speaking when the parents are saying their opinion. Listen up, regardless if you agree or not.
I think our focus should not be how to conform our culture to others. I think our focus is how to present our culture in the right way. I think the problem is what we're presenting to them. The vision that we have, the way they see the culture is messed up because we as parents that's what we're showing them. I think we are supposed to be focused on how to conform our culture to meet the Christian values so that what we're presenting to them, ما يحسوش إن Egyptian is shameful anymore. Because what we're presenting is making them ashamed of who they are. And I think that should be our focus more than focusing on how to conform our culture to the outside world. We should really be focused on how to conform our culture to our Christian values. To drop the Egyptian values that we don't need. So the judgmental, I agree completely about that. It's just in you. You're brought up to be judgmental. So that needs to stop. And a lot of the image that you see in the Egyptian culture that needs to stop, that's what, as a church, that's what we need to focus on. What to drop. Instead of conforming to society, which we're going to bring in worse values if we conform to them. We're going to bring stuff in, and in 50 years from now, we're going to be looking at a different issue, how to stay pure in a society that we brought into our church. So instead of looking at a different issue 50 years from now, why don't we try to use what we have, the basis that we have, the strong values that we were brought up to as Egyptians, and drop the things that need to be dropped.
Thank you.
On Tant's point in the red shirt, I love you and everything, but الجواز كله اللي في مصر غلط, okay? Anna, my cousin, right now, we're trying to find them a spouse, right? So this is how they do it in Egypt, apparently. They send pictures, Okay? Oh, if he likes her, okay, I'm gonna go talk to her parents. Because he grew up حرام ان انت تتكلم مع البنات، حرام ان انت تقف مع البنات. That's what he grew up with, right? So that's in Egypt. You come here انت بتقولي لي this is free, this free, America's free. ما ينف- كل حاجة free غلط ده غلط. No. America's not free. I know what's right and I know what's wrong. Standing next to a girl is not wrong. Talking to a girl is not wrong. I know what's right and I know what's wrong. So do not think that it's wrong. Because I need to have a connection with a girl before I marry her. In Egypt, they literally go, oh, she looks pretty, من بيت كويس, I'm gonna go propose. هيتوافق ويترفض. تتوافق هيقعد 5-6 شهور مخطوبين بعد إذنكم 5-6 شهور مخطوبين and then they're gonna get married. 5 years later, they're gonna go to marriage counseling because أنا ما كنتش مرتاح له، أنا اتسرحت في الجواز، أنا كان سني صغير، يبقى سنه 30 سنة والبنت سنها 20 سنة. Hey, sit down, sit down, sit down. I'm not done. I'm not done. Another thing. Me?
لا 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 هو مش عامل كده. طب انت فاهم؟ معلش نرد عليه. طيب ممكن انا اقول كومنت يا جماعه. sit down please. thank you. بصوا يا جماعه انا هعلق وحضرتك علق بعديه. هو اولا تاني we need to respect each party. محدش يقول التاني غلط كده وخلاص. That's his opinion and we need to respect whoever's opinion. By the way, what you say, أنا عايش في مصر. Thank God. I'm happy إن أنا عايش في مصر. والحقيقة بنتي لما ما اتجوزتش كده خالص. وأغلب اللي بيتجوزوا في مصر مش بيتجوزوا بالطريقة اللي أنت بتحكيها. فويت منت أنت شايف مصر زي ما كانت من 50 سنة. دلوقتي مصر مختلف. يجوز مدام منى لما قالت حاجات برضو يمكن ده الفيري امريكان لكن definitely في ناس في امريكا conservative وعندهم مبادئ. لكن هي منى ركزت على اليوجوال بقى امريكان واللي بيطلع في الافلام which is true برضو. خلينا معتدلين في الحكم، بلاش نبقى اكسنتريك، بلاش نبقى اكستريمز، لانه مفيش حاجه لا امريكا ولا مصر صح. المسيح هو اللي صح. فخلينا تاني نراجع مبادئنا. احنا مش عاوزينكم امريكان ولا مصريين، احنا عاوزينكم قديسين. والحقيقه تتجوزوا او ما تتجوزوش، المهم ان انتوا تدخلوا السما. في الاخر تدخلوا السما. اتفضل حضرتك.
My name is Izzat. I'm from St. George Church. First of all, I'm respecting everyone, but I have opinion. I came from Egypt, married without any kids, and my kids born here in United States. I have a boy and girl, and both of them, thank God, they are married, and both of them, they are very well educated. My son is a doctor, my daughter is a teacher, and I brought my kids on honestly. I don't care about Egyptian, I don't care about American, I do care about one thing. Are we following Christ or not? When we follow Christ, either if we are American or if we are Hindi or if we are Pakistani or anything, we will follow what God's rules is. I really have good friend of American. I'm participating right now in Bible study with different denomination, not only Coptic, with all American, and we have lots of discussion and we respect each other. I know some of them, they've been married for 45 years and 50 years, and some of them actually they have only one wife, and they are very truly Christian. We don't see that in our Coptic Orthodox church. At least when they go to the church, they don't judge anyone. They don't see anyone with bad eyes. They love everyone. In our church, I'm very sadly to say that sometimes we go to the church to pick on people and to say something bad about people. Or sometimes we go out of the church, we say, did you see this? Did you see that? Did you see that? This is not a Christian way. This is not a Christian way. What I'm trying to say, guys, that we have our mind. God created us with free will. We have to understand and we have to pick what is good and what is bad. We have to know that.
Thank you. Thank you, Azad. مين اللي على الموضوع؟ Go ahead. We need to finish in 5 minutes. Okay? Go ahead.
I just have a short comment. I totally agree with them. But because we follow Christ, that means if we are in a country that's completely free, although it's really not, but let's say it is, then we would still do the right thing. But I totally disagree, and I'm sorry for saying this, but she said, Tant said that why would you want to put yourself in that situation where you would be a single mother with like 3 children? Nobody ever wants to be in that situation, so we will never do that to ourselves. And one last question, why do parents always think that they're right? Like simply.
No, wait a minute. Some of you were speaking as they have the full right and they think of whatever they say that we are always wrong. So don't say it this way because I could see it. I was listening to everybody. Now you are saying إن الكبار هم اللي شايفين نفسهم صح على طول. لا الحقيقة بعضكم بيبقى شايف نفسه صح على طول. فبي فير. ده عيب شخصي. يعني إيه ممكن يكون في حد صغير وممكن يبقى حد كبير.
I agree, but like most of the times, as I said earlier, like whenever you ask your parents about something and they just like disagree, and you really want to know the reason, you just asking for explanation, and all they say is just like, because we're your parents, so we're older, so we understand better, and that doesn't really help at all.
لا بص حبيبتي احنا مش بنقول البيرنتس that's my opinion by the way. Parents are not God. And definitely ممكن يكون الديسيجن أو الأيدياز بتاعتهم are not perfect. لكن with like 20 or 30 years older, definitely they saw different experiences. So maybe their opinion يعني أكتر شوية من الشوية.
I agree that most of the times they're right. I agree. But not all the times. Or because they really think that most of the times they're right, so it turns out to be that they see themselves right all the time.
اوكي انا معاكي طبعا ان ساعات الكبير بيبقى فاكر انه كبير على طول. مين ما يتكلمش؟ ها اتفضل حد يكون ما يتكلمش.
انا اسمي امير من هيوستن سان ماري من سان ماري في هيوستن. أنا بس عايز أقول إن being American is not like don't consider yourself have a higher authority or thinking like in Egypt we think whoever is from Cairo is better than Upper Egypt or Alexandria is better than Cairo or here New York is better than Texas.
Yeah.
So just no, I came from New York and they were telling me, oh, you're going to Texas. That means you're going to rural areas. So that's happening everywhere. So just think, first, you are Christian, and that's how you should think. Second, my parents raised me, and I had the same issues that you're having, that you were saying, oh, they don't know that issue, I know better. But now I respect everything they taught me. And I think whatever they did, they make me much better than what I would have been if I don't listen to them.
Thank you, حبيبي.
الاول بس عايزه اقول لقدسك ان انا بقالي ساعه رافعه ايدي وقاعده هناك.
معلش،
انا لو
sorry.
كنت متذنبه كانوا
Sorry.
قعدوني.
سوري، ما انت كنت قاعده بعيد.
It's okay. انا بس يعني عندي تعليق على البيرنتس والعيال. انا عندي بنتي كانت فورث جريد وشي ستارت انها بتقول لي يعني انا عايزه انفايت صاحبتي البيت. قلت لها اتس اوكي مفيش مشاكل. فانا رحت تاني يوم اوصلها المدرسه، صاحبتي اهي ومامه صاحبتي شعرها بيربل من هنا وشعرها اخضر من هنا. انا ما اقدرش ادخل حد زي كده بيتي. انا يمكن في بنات كتير هنا انا اديتهم في الساندي سكول. فانا اوبن مايندد، يعني انا مش حد يعني
That's what you think. Okay.
لا هم عارفين برضه.
Okay.
بس هي المشكله انها وانس انها بتيجي لحد بيتك او لحد عيالك out of fear and love انت بترفيوز حاجات مش هتقدر تستحملها على عيالك. يعني يعني افهموا ان احنا بنرفض علشان احنا بنحبكم اكتر من نفسنا. بس ممكن ندي اكسبلانيشن وفي حاجات ما فيش اكسبلانيشن عندنا ليها. يعني سوري I'm not being racist بس بتقولي مثلا yeah exactly yeah
اوكي
يعني انا برفض حاجات معينه ممكن اي حد يعني ممكن تقولوا اتس اوكي واتس gonna happen. بس انا عارفه ان في some habits وحاجات انا مش عايزه عيالي ياخدوها من دول. انا مش عايزه اما اكبر في السن الاقي عيالي سابوني وراحوا في حته تانية خالص علشان هم يعني they have the American way. احنا we have يعني انا عايزه اربيكم بالكالتشر بتاعتي وفي نفس الوقت خدوا الكالتشر من هنا.
اوكي. يعني واحد من هنا وواحد من هنا وكفايه. بليز معلش. سوري يعني we cannot accept everyone.
انا حاسه ان هم كونفيوز قوي وتسابونا وقاعدين محتارين شويه ما بين ان هم ايجيبشن ولا امريكان.
لا هم مش محتارين.
لا بس انا قصدي انا يعني احنا مش قادرين نوصل لهم الفكره صح. انا عندي ايديا صغيره قوي زي ما هم محتاجين اجتماع شباب بخدام يكون عندهم روح النشاط وروح ان هم يشرحوا كل حاجه ويبقى عندهم افتقاد جيد وكل الكلام ده. برضو البيرنتس انا لسه ولادي صغيرين. انا عايزه كمان 10 سنين عايزه اشوف ولادي يبقوا عارفين يعني ايه ايجيبشن ويعني ايه امريكان. عايزه لما اتعلم اخد محاضره صح من اب كاهن يديني كريكولم صح وبيتكلم ازاي اربي ولادي لما يكبروا في السن ده. الاسئله اللي قدسك سالتها ايه المطلوب مني ككنيسه عشان تنتمي للكنيسه بتاعتك ولادي يعرفوا يردوا ردود سليمه. ايه الشخص اللي تحب تختاريه يكون اولوياتك ايه تعرف ترد. حاجه كمان يا قدس ابونا انا عايزه اقول لهم عليها. انا متجوزه بقالي 10 سنين اخترت جوزي وجوزي اختارني بحريه تامه. في مصر احنا لسه هنا متأخرين كتير قوي عن اللي في مصر دلوقتي. في مصر دلوقتي كل اصحابي اللي اتجوزوا سيم ايج ولادهم بيتربوا تربية امريكان فيها رولز فيها عقاب فيها كل حاجة زي هنا برضو دلوقتي كمان 10 سنين. يعني احنا هناك وفي الكنيسة برضو انتوا اللي انا اللي حاسة بيه. انا لسه ولادي مش في الايدج ده بس انا حاسة بيكوا شوية ان انتوا شوية لسه confused مش قادرين تعرفوا هو بابا وماما صح ولا انا دايما صح. الامريكان واي والايجيبشن واي. فانا نصيحه مني هم برضو في ستريس جامد قوي. يعني لما جيت هنا وكنت لوحدي انا وجوزي كنا في ستريس غير عادي. فشويه نحاول نفهمهم لغايه لما الكنيسه تدبر لنا ميتنج نقدر نتعلم ازاي نفهمكم الفرق.
Thank you. This side. Go ahead يا حبيبي.
Okay. Hi Abuna, my name is Mina. I understand everything y'all are saying, and I know a lot of you are just going to think that we're still young and stuff, but you have to understand that we also all grew up here. Most of us were born here. The thoughts that we grow up with, thoughts that we grow up in school, with church, with our friends, it's not always the same thing. Like, for many of you, it may be wrong to, like, go out with a friend that she may be a female, but, I mean, it's not haram, yani. I mean, I'm just saying, like, having friends and expanding is not an issue. Whether American, Egyptian, like Uncle Isaac said, that's not an issue. What I'm saying is, I personally don't think that, I think that everything's right. I know sometimes I'm wrong, and that's why my parents are there. They're there to correct us. None of us are perfect. We all learn from them. We're going to use what we learn to expand our life, to grow, and to find the right person. Just because we go and find an American person doesn't mean we found the wrong person. Like, احنا متربيين, I guarantee you. So, like, if we use that to find the right person, as parents, I think they should trust us to find the right person. And I think it's not wrong that we go and ask them, hey, Mama, Baba, what do you think about this and this and this? And just to take an opinion. And I mean, if they go no wrong way, then I mean, they are older than us. They are more educated. They've been through this more than us. But it's also what I like. My main point is that none of us are wrong. We grew up like this. We have the way, our thoughts, our ways. You guys are all right. I promise. Don't hate me. But I'm just saying we also have our thoughts and how we grew up and our opinions.
Again, my name is Carlos. أنا هحاول أتكلم بالعربي والإنجليزي عشان دي حاجة فعلا أنا نفسي كل الأهالي تفهمها. But I'm gonna be try to be fair as much as possible between the youth and the parents. Okay. المشكلة إن في أهالي كتير فاهمة إن إحنا مش مقتنعين إن هم فعلا عايزين بيعملوا كده عشان بيحبونا وبيساعدونا وبيضحوا كتير عشاننا. دي حاجة we totally appreciate. المشكلة إن هم the misconcept إن هو الطريقة اللي فاكرينها صح ممكن تكون غلط عندنا. Okay. يعني المشكلة إن هم in most of us, like as kids, I'm not just saying just me, but I personally not close to my parents, and that's because of reasons. Like parents usually they judge. Instead of judge, like listen, and instead of punishing me, help me. Okay? If you do that, we will be willing to come and talk to you, and you will know what's up with my life. And if you know what's up with my life, I'm not gonna do anything bad. But if you don't know anything with my life, what are you gonna go by is stereotypes, because you're gonna see this kid doing this kid doing this, so you're gonna assume your kid is doing this. So بدل ما انتوا تبصوا يعني على كل عيال حاولوا ان انتوا تبقوا قريبين من العيل بتاعكم وتسمعوه بدل ما تخوفوه ان هو يجي يكلمكم وبعد كده هيعرفوا فعلا ابنهم او بنتهم ايه فعلا الصالح اللي فيهم. اوكي انتوا فعلا هاجرتوا وسبتوا اهاليكم وكل ده عشاننا ودي احنا حاجه we appreciate forever. المشكله ان احنا مش بنتكلم معاهم وكمان في الكنيسه يعني الليسنز اللي احنا بناخدها مش بتساعدنا فاحنا لوحدينا فعلا في العالم ده في اكتر الوقت ودي حاجه مننا ومنهم. اوكي لان احنا مش عايزين نتكلم معاهم وهم مش عايزين يسمعوا اللي عندنا.
Thank you.
Just one thing I want to say please. Okay. A lesson we took today from him is balancing personality. في حاجه عايز اسويها في توازن الشخصيه ان انت ممكن تبص على الشخص يعني my perspective your perspective and the religion. ما ينفعش تبص على حاجه واحده بس اما تيجي تساعدني لان اما انا ما اكلمش اي حد مش هعرف ايه الصح وايه الغلط ومش هقدر اربي عيالي على ايه الصح وايه الغلط غير اللي انا فاكره اللي صح. وعشان كده في مشكله شايفها في الكنيسه عندنا ان احنا في الجنريشن بتاعتنا مفيش enough servants اما يكبروا هياخدوا بالهم من الكنيسه ديت زي دلوقتي. ليه؟ لان اكترتهم are forced to go to church and therefore they don't want to go to church and most of them they don't even believe in God. Just to be straightforward with you. And that's the problem. We need to talk and they need to listen to us to fix the problem. Because انت بتقول الكنيسه ممكن ما تبقاش هنا 100 او 50 سنه. I totally agree with you. Because of most of these people, they're gonna go to college, they're gonna get married, and they're not gonna go to church. And when they go to church, it's to meet friends, not because of the church.
معلش واحد تاني هنا. One of these three معلش. The last one. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry عشان الوقت. I'm really sorry. We respect everyone بس عشان الوقت. تفضل حضرتك.
I have two issues. The first one, it came from the parent side. I don't agree with most of the parents that they consider themselves that they are immigrant to the States. They sacrifice everything in Egypt to raise their family here in US. My two kids are born here. I cannot say that I sacrificed my life in Egypt for my kids. No, I did my job. My job as a parent to go and do plans for my family. So I cannot come after my kids and blame them. You have to do this and that because I sacrificed my life. I agree with that. And the second thing, the second thing is come from us. Instead of the first few years for us here in the States, it's very hard life for us. So most of the time, we are very professional. We are very well educated, came from Egypt. We are very self-motivated. And the US here, the limit is the sky. So we are focused on our professional career, and most of us forget about our kids. And all of a sudden, they're 13, 14, and we do nothing. We know nothing about them. So we blame them on the future. Instead of blaming them, if we are involved more in their life, year by year, day by day, we're not going to create that separation. So I cannot blame them for where they are right now. It's our responsibility. Sometimes they are deviated so much. This is because of their age. I agree with Amir. He said, we were in Egypt. We were in the same situation. It's a different country, but we are in the same situation. And I have another answer for some people here or some of the young youth saying that we are not creating a church that can involve them in more activity. We can see that our Bishop Yusuf, he created the first church here in the South, St. Paul in Houston, and this is only for the American people, for the people that born here, for the people that they are educated here, and the priest for that church is graduated from here, he's raised here, and we have another priest in our church in St. Mary. He's not born here, but he's raised here. So we are trying to meet you guys on the middle. But if we have that separation between us and you, it's not because of you, it's because of us. So we are accountable and we are responsible for that.
Thank you. Okay, أنا يعني my last comment الحقيقة أنا بشكركم. I really thank all of you. كلكم اتكلمتوا حلو، كل واحد عبر عن رأيه، وكويس إن احنا نسمع بعض. يعني for me أنا الحقيقة استفدت لأن في حاجات بسمعها لأول مرة، واحنا طبعا يعني اللي طلعنا بيه إن احنا لازم نسمع بعض أكتر من كده. عموما فكرة الكنيسة هتستمر بنعمة ربنا، لأنه في حاجات كتيرة بتقول إنه لا، الشباب بتاعنا موجود وبيحب الكنيسة وعنده مبادئ، والأمل فيكم وهتطلعوا خدام حلوين، وفي كمان missionary churches طالعة. محتاجين نغير في المناهج، محتاجين نغير في الاكتيفيتيز، نزود حاجات كتيرة تمشي مع الجيل ده. ما نلغيش كل حاجة مصرية لمجرد إنها مصرية، لا، في حاجات مصرية جميلة يمكن تبقى أغنى من الحاجات الأمريكاني، إنها في الآخر لازم نراجع ربنا بيقول إيه، ده اللي يحكمنا كلنا في التفكير. موضوع الجواز لازم نرتب له ونفكر فيه ونحترم رأي الكبار، لكن القرار لينا، احنا حرين في حياتنا. بس كلكم قلتوا نمبر 1 ربنا في حياته أو fear of God، يبقى احنا متفقين في البرايورتيز more or less، يعني لازم يكون ربنا في الأول. في حاجات لازم تتغير في الكنيسة، لكن هتتغير شوية شوية وهتتغير على ايديكم. مش مفروض ان حد يفترض انه صح على طول، لا الصغير ولا الكبير. مفروض نسمع بعض ونحترم بعض ونقدر بعض، ونعرف ازاي نتكلم مع بعض من غير ما حد يجرح التاني ولا يعني يطلع بره الموضوع. بشكركم مرة تاني، وتعيشوا وتستحملوا. معلش الكومنتس انا قلت في ناس كتيرة كانت رافعة ايديها، بعتذر لها عشان بس الوقت ونلحق القداس بكره. اللهم اجعلنا مستحقين نقول بالشكر أبانا الذي في السماء، تكن مشيئتك كما في السماء كذلك على الأرض، خبزنا كفافا. نجينا من الشرير بالمسيح يسوع ربنا. Good night everyone. ناخد صورة مع الشباب لوحدنا الناحية دي، يلا.
أنا اتخضيت لما شفت ولادي لسه صغيرين، لما يكبروا شوية يمكن. I explained to Mark إن أنا وعزت we were يا قدس أبونا. I explained to Mark.
Hey guys, go meet Abuna for a picture.
High school sweethearts في مصر.
Young people.
وأهالينا كانوا عارفين ويعني. عارف يا أبونا؟ أبونا
قدسك هنا وهم يقفوا هنا هتطلع احسن. ايه رايك؟
ابونا كنت عايزه اقول لحضرتك حاجه بس.
خلي ابونا هنا.